right, well, welcome back to another fantastic, exciting, blow your mind episode of what do we even call this? Academic suspension with Dr. Littleford. It should be Dr. Littleford and Fireman Hunter or something. I don't know.
No, I'm accessory. I'm accessory.
We need to. You're the one that's here every week. That's probably. So
Maybe that's the problem. You need someone
that's
else.
true. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's true. Maybe I should. I need someone who it's not like it's two similar minds. Kind of two. We're two on the same wavelength. So yeah. Your week. Tell the people about it.
Pretty good week. Did a lot of prep for firefighter school and stuff like that, right? So I went to the info session that was like mandatory to get in. Signed up for my drug test and fingerprints, got that all done.
Nice.
Submitted my application, sent an email to the lady in charge, making sure we're all good. We're all good, so I just got to wait for them to get back to me about whether I'm in. I think I'm in, if I'm being honest about it, right? Like they said they had a point system because it's,
it'd be hard for you to not be in. Yeah.
I do think on the points system, I think I clear probably quite a number of candidates. Signed up for a couple of tests with the Orange County Fire Department down in Orlando. So in 2 weeks, I have my CPAT test, which is like the physical training test, where they have you do like 8 activities, stair climb with 75 pounds on you. Then you do like a rope pull, and you like climb under some cabinetry and stuff, and like 8 physical things that as long as you knock it out in 10 minutes, you're good. And then the fire team test they have the following Wednesday. It's like basic math, reading, and memory. So busy week getting all signed up for stuff, but now I'm all signed up.
Very good.
Now we just gotta play it forward. How about you? How was your week?
Good. I finished up my coursework for this semester because, for those of you who don't know, I'm going back for a second PhD for no reason other than this is the only thing I can do. So that was nice. I got to play Battlefield 6 all day yesterday, to the point where I was like at the end, I was like, well, I went and started playing the single player, and that changed it up enough that I kind of kept wanting to go and see where this, like, you know how like playing story mode versus like multiplayer are very different experiences. I was burned out on the multiplayer a little bit just because I'd done it all day and 8 hours of sitting in one spot, just kind of high focus, you're tense, right? Because you're everything, So eventually I was just like, I needed to relax. So that was good. And so I get to look forward to no more classes this is our fall break. So no more classes till after you guys get done visiting. Which, by the way, everybody, Placebo and Kins are coming to visit me this next weekend. So in a week
from yesterday.
I might try to figure out how to record something while we're here. The problem is I started thinking about logistically. I would have to record using my phone probably. And it's a good phone. It's a really top-notch phone, but it's just audio-wise is much more difficult to get really good audio. But it might be worth it. It might be worth it. We've done it before for like a stream, and I think it worked pretty well. So it might be worth it to give it a try, just to have. Also, it would be different content. It'd be something different.
That would be helpful. I think it being just slightly different, a little, twist, I think would be really good.
So that's why I was thinking I might.
And I think you could take the sacrifice of like the audio quality to have the.
I agree.
The spice.
I think just giving it something different, where we're sitting in a smoke lounge / garage while looking at the mountains and talking about life. I'll find something for us to talk about. We'll have something to talk about, obviously. But I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put it on. That's what we did before. We put it on like the table that's like in front of where we sit, and it's actually the right angle for you can fit 2 or 3 people in there. And then we just do what we do here, right? No different. It'll be a little extra work because I'll have to take the video from my phone, figure out where it's at on my phone, email it to myself, so then I can put it into the, I can put it on my computer, which I can then put into the software so that I can edit together and make it an actual episode. But it's one extra step. It's not that bad. I think it'd be worth it. So I'm excited for that. People actually get to see what people think of as a podcast, which is 3 people physically together having a conversation. We'll have our little boozy booze and our little smoky smokes, and it'll be a lovely time. Very masculine, very I don't know, brotherhood and fellowship and brotherhood.
Yes.
Right? Yes.
Catch us at the wet t-shirt contest to conclude that podcast.
Yeah. I'm going to have, that's really what I need. I need to do the Kai Snet thing, right? Where I have like crazy people come in behind me and start doing things while we record, and, have some chick shake her ass, and then, I'd go viral, and we just scream a lot. We yell and scream and dance a lot. And
yeah, that's the key.
I think we would reach the millennial, or not the millennials, the Gen Zers. Let's see. Yeah, I guess that's it. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'll go ahead and get us started on our thing. I think I am going to actually start today. With some social media, just because there's a few things that made me chuckle, and then we can get into a list. Also, it's a huge list, so we'll figure out how to.
Yeah, lead me.
Yes,
lead me, Lord.
We'll figure out how to go
lead
to it
Lord.
from there. But there was some pretty funny stuff. Let's see, where do I need to start? Oh, okay. So we talked about this previously, and I need to share my screen. It's over here. Share screen. Want that one? All right. Now, remember we talked about this guy before, but I think this video, just because this is just me doing this for placebo, I think this justifies my thoughts of how old he looks, because I think he looks older in this one. Wow, right here. Okay, hold on. I'm going to pause, and then I'm going to try to make it big. So, all right, then I'm going to go over here so people can see it. Now, right there, that man looks minimum mid-40s.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, he just, like, this minimum of mid-40s. Like, there's no way this guy's 36. I think he's
quite
lying
obvious.
about that. Yeah, I think it's
absolutely, 100%. I think he's even gone the opposite of it. Instead of saying, it's crazy how young I look for being 36, it's like, no, dude, you're pretending to be 36 too, right?
Yeah,
like,
and you're
also
clearly yes, exactly. It's like the defeating his whole purpose. It's like, look, I got my collar popped, and I got my hair done like a young. So that makes it's like. At this stage, I don't know if he's like. I think he may have started legitimately, but almost at this point, I start to believe that it turned into a troll account, right? Like, there's no way at this point. With every single reaction to his stuff being like, "Nah, dog, you don't look." You know what I mean? Like, at some point in time, you had to have a. He's like, oh, well, but I can be famous like this, right? Like, people will keep, showing my videos. I'll keep getting views, and doesn't matter. I'll just keep putting it up. I mean, this guy will probably be bald and gray, Santa Claus beard, and he'll still be like 36-year-old male.
I look 23. I look 23.
So that's kind of what I've assessed. But anyway, that was just me. Like, we talked about this before, and I was like, oh no, this guy's starting to really look old. Let me go down. I don't even know what this one is. So. Why can I not hear that at all? Oh, I know why. For those of you who don't know, I had to change. Let me find where I can. Somewhere around here, I've got my headset. Headphones. There it is. I had to uninstall and reinstall the drivers for my Go XLR, which then changes literally all the audio settings on my on my computer. So when you guys aren't hearing anything, that's why it was doing that, because I wasn't hearing it. It changed where I get my audio from. Oh.
I think that's stolen valor. Hey, what branch?
Hey, somebody punch that kid.
Okay, so a lot of people. So if you're not catching it, let me go back here.
It's a kid in like army gear.
Yes, that's exactly. Let me right to here. I'm gonna pull it up so people can catch it. All right, there. It's a kid. It's a obvious 11, 12, maybe 13-year-old wearing army gear. Now the joke. This guy's a comedian, right? So he was
Trevor.
saying, "Oh, I think it's stolen valor." He's making a joke about it, right? That's not what. And then obviously the other guy who I actually really like this. His name is God. What is it? Nick or no? What is it? This guy. He's also. Whoops. This guy. He's also. He does streaming, but most of his videos are funny, right? Like he's a military guy, so he has kind of like a military sense of humor, but he's a funny guy. That's his thing. Neither one of these guys are taking this seriously, but it's the comments that are like. Everybody took this way too fucking serious. It's like,
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, the breath of life was given to people, and they've spent it like on the internet, just like, actually, I don't think that is the right thing to do in this scenario. If I were in this scenario, I would behave in this perfect way every time.
yes.
And you're gonna find every comment, man. It's insane.
I was trying to. Here's 46 comments. Let's see if it shows me more. No. Oh yeah, view more comments. There we go. Let's see if I can. People are like, yeah, maybe he was at an ROTC event, only able to see 2 parts of the uniform, not 3, and he's not using it to get. I mean, people are just taking this so seriously, as if he were really. I was like, but the best part is it made me think about. So, let me go back. It made me think about my days of playing airsoft. So for those that don't know, anybody can buy military uniforms, and anybody can wear them. That's not stolen. Stolen valor is when you try to pretend like you're actually in the military.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when we would play airsoft in this area, you play like outdoors, and everybody would go. And I remember we were part of a group, and we bought multicam, which was like the hot military camo of the day. Mm-hmm. And we went head. I mean, people would spend hundreds of dollars, head to toe, full military boots. Military everything.
Kids, it's cool. You want to pretend, right? Imagine
kids. These were like 24, 25-year-old adult. Like these 36-year-old men. Like they were full. That's what you do.
I think it's still the
idea.
The argument remains, right?
Yes, it's for fun. That's the whole point. No, I agree. It is fun. You're playing pretend. That's the idea. But you can even say hunters. A lot of hunters wear camo, right? Like because they want to blend in. But the thing, I always thought it was fun. I was like, you just see all these like. Because here's the thing, it's airsoft. It's not really military. So there's a lot of like my size. At that time I was only like 230 or something. But I mean, you see a lot of these 350 boys waddling into McDonald's, and people are like, "So y'all from a military unit?" I was like, everybody's like, "No, we're playing airsoft." But it's like, really, you think this guy is in the military? Like, what do you think he does in the military?
Yeah.
That's why I thought it was fun. It's like. I don't know. It's the weirdest. Stolen valor is only when you're trying to like actively be like, yes, I'm in the 5th region of the 12th regiment of the whatever, and then you try to you have your little patch of an actual like military unit, and you try to pretend you're from that unit. But I don't know. It was just really interesting how like I remember scrolling through this. There was one of these, and I can't find it now. It was like 20 responses of people talking about the details of military uniform and the laws that went along with it and what they're. It was like, guys,
chill, man.
Yeah, like guys, what are we doing, man? This is what you're doing with your life. You're arguing something that no one's actually like. No one's supposed to take this serious. But anyway, I don't know. It was just interesting to me when I saw that and saw it wasn't even the video is like kind of humorous, but it was the responses to me that I found just absolutely fascinating.
The comments on like anything in my mind are where you go to like self-select for absolutely insane people, right? Like that's where, because like those are the people who have such poor social skills that they cannot have relationships outside,
right?
That. And so they need to get all of their sort of interactions from that, and they're just reaching out for someone, but they don't know how to do it, and it's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane what they'll say.
No, I agree. Oh, I like this one. Okay, I literally added this one this morning. If it pops up, once it pops, okay. Oh.
What? Oh, all right.
There's
yeah.
so much.
Oh,
There's
my
so much
God.
of this. There's so much to this.
All right.
There's so
First
much
off,
of
the
this.
hair. We gotta address the elephant in the room.
Someone
The hair and the little like half stash. What is this?
Let's see if
What
I
is
can-
this?
Hold on. Let me see if I can get this back. So that's it. In all this, I asked myself, who did his hair? A grooming service? Like somebody that was
It
a third
is.
comment was like, what? Okay. Turn on that. All right, everybody ready?
Can't wait for this.
POV,
I'm
by
an
the way,
ally.
Because I'm gonna hit play and then put it on screen for people to see. But in case they miss this, it says POV. I see you killing a woman. So this is very. I'm gonna make it large.
Yeah, what you doing, little bro? Gotta knock that shit off, bro.
I gotta go back and watch that. It's so great. Just wait a minute. You can't. I can't. You know what? Let's just go all the way back to the back. There you go.
Must we? Must we
We
really?
must. Okay.
Can we move
Yeah, what
on?
you doing, little bro?
It's too many things to.
Gotta knock that shit off, bro.
You don't get to
It's the saddest bark of all time.
What was that?
Anyway, so he just basically does what we're about to do, which is just be like, nah, dog, that ain't it, man. So there's so many things in this that I found just great. First, he didn't choose like, I see you hitting a woman or stealing a purse. I see you killing a woman. And then he goes, what you doing,
Hey.
little bro? Yeah.
Hey, little bro.
That was his
Hey.
reaction. The guy was like, well, one, a murderer is going to be like, oh, I'm killing a woman. He's like, as if the guy would just answer, I'm killing a woman. And then in his response, hey, bro, you got to cut that off. I was
Hey,
like,
take that knife out of there.
Yeah.
Hey, don't
Hey.
do that.
no, you got to cut that out. Like, that's something you say to somebody who was on a diet and had too many pieces of cake. You know? Like, that is not what you so murder. It's like, I don't know. It cracked me up when the whole thing is brilliant. And then, yes, the words about you ain't got that dog in you, which, by the way, no murderer would say while they're you ain't got that dog in you. You know, it's just like every element of this on its own is like the most cringy. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. It had me going, man. Oh, oh.
Freaking Scooby-Doo,
But, yeah, I was gonna
man.
say maybe his idea of a dog is Scooby Doo. Maybe that's like where he gets his concept of what a dog sounds like. But yeah, and then we gotta squeeze in one of these.
Omar.
You got
Omar Oliva.
Omar, let's go. We gotta get some. Oh yeah, no, this is good too. Yeah, I actually like this. So it says you have to be crazy because I'm gonna hit play and then turn it on for the people. Ready and go.
Dude, you're broke and you're getting off on this? Dude, you know how I get off? Closing ratios.
Look at his shorts!
Dude, you're broke and you're getting off
more
on
time.
this? Dude, you know how I get off? Closing ratios.
This is what we talk about all the time, right? Like the who goes to these seminars?
That's the sad part. That's
that's-
what makes me shake my. I don't give a fuck about the guy doing it, but anyone who's listening to him, man, I'm just like, come on.
Yeah, I mean that's why he had to laugh, right? Like you just, you know what I get up on? Closing ratios, making business deals. It's
Yeah.
like I don't know how people don't see that and go, that is such overcompensating
Yeah.
nonsense. Like this guy probably doesn't even make that much money outside of his. Like, why is he going around having to do conferences where you pay him to listen to him talk? Like, right? Like, if he was this billionaire, he would
Yeah.
be doing business deals, not having a conversation with you, right? Like, I mean, it's like I don't know. It's up there with the Facebook comments, right? Like it kind of comes together. It's the same, I think, group of people
Yeah,
who
the same
like
yeah.
take Facebook videos seriously and listen to people like him give them life advice. I don't know, but yes, this is the proper response, by the way, right here, right?
Yes,
that is a
that
perfect
face
response.
right there is how you should be reacting to all of this weird hyper-masculine bullshit.
See, yeah, and the thing is, I don't even know if that's masculine. If that's I guess it is. I guess it is like
But it's
make money.
confused masculine.
Yes.
It's what people who are confused think masculinity is,
Yeah.
right? Like that's I suppose what I mean, right? Like it's inauthentic, it's not true.
Yeah.
but that's what it's branded as.
Let's see. Oh, this is funny. Okay, I do want this one.
Oh no. Oh no. I don't no.
Oh yes.
Please.
yes.
Spare
yes.
me.
Oh yes.
I'm not here to be tortured by
Oh, you are. No, that's what this portion of the podcast is.
no, I'm feeling that right now. I feel very very I don't like it.
It's the great comment, Bo.
I want to speak to your manager. And why is that other officer standing so far away from me?
His body cam is on. He's just trying to get you in frame.
Emotional damage.
I want to speak.
So that's it. That's all there was to it. But that was a great reply. If it's not staged, if this isn't staged, because there is a chance, right? Like there is a chance that this is genuinely
right. You have
staged.
to be suspicious of rage bait all the time. Now.
Yeah. I mean, she's doing a good job acting if she was, because it did seem like she was genuinely like yelling, but
She seems flustered.
Yeah.
You know, she seems flustered.
and if he actually came up with that line on the spot, chef's kiss. Like that's absolutely fantastic. But so I am going to be like a child. Jesus tells us to be childlike. I will be childlike and believe that this is genuine. and value this guy's response and be like, that was a great reply, and I hope he continues to do so.
How Christ-like of you. How Christ-like.
Thank you. Put a fat lady on the internet to laugh at the response to her and be like, very Christ-like.
It's very Christ-like, yes. Thank you for this opportunity, Lord, to be
Yes.
more like you.
Let's just see what this does. I think I remember the stat he's pointing out, and it's not even funny. It's just an interesting stat, so it may be worth it. All right. Nope. Pause you.
Oh, Peterson.
Yep. Petey. Boop.
The American military determined after about 100 years of general cognitive ability testing that people with an IQ of less than 83, and so that's about 12% of the population, cannot under any circumstances or with any training protocol conceivable be trained to do anything of any utility whatsoever at any level of military organization. And so it's illegal in the United States to induct someone with an IQ less than 83. And if you know that that's 12% of the population, that's an absolutely terrifying statistic.
I would agree with this. I think that's really fascinating. 12 people don't understand how much 12% of the population is. In the US,
Yeah.
that's like 39 million about in the US. Are adults
It's a lot of people.
who are so bad that the military could not fathom any way that they could in any way train them to be useful. And these aren't like clinically registered as mentally handicapped, right? Like, I mean, there's some people who are like that, but there's people walking and talking and voting and obviously typing in Facebook comment section.
There's another great point that you bring up. They vote. Right? Should that not also be illegal if they, I mean...
Yeah, it is interesting.
same
We're like,
sort of reason.
we can't trust you to be in the military and do
but we
anything
trust
of
you to
function.
decide these important matters.
Yes, but we decide for you to choose who the various groups of people that lead our country. Yeah.
I think, I don't know, I really think we gotta, like, get back to being a bit paternalistic with people who don't know better. That's my official position. We got to be able to tell them, like, no, you're wrong, and we're the
Yeah.
adults in the room.
No, I agree.
mandatory. And we're so uncomfortable with it. Everyone is so uncomfortable with that idea of telling people what's right and what they should do and what they should think.
Yeah.
But that's really where we need to go.
No, I agree. It is interesting. Why is there not at least a base level IQ test for deciding? And I mean, it's the U.S. We have such a massive impact on the world. Like Israel and Palestine, right? We had the peace deal but I mean, who was the leader in getting that peace deal done? Who's the leader right now in trying to get Russia and the Ukraine to stop? Like, who the leader of the U.S. has massive worldwide. Our economy basically impacts the entire globe. If we crash, everybody else is going down with us. It's like that. And it's like, but we're like people who can't function in any meaningful way in society. We're letting them vote. It's mind blowing. So yeah, I don't know.
Then I suppose through the same chain of argument, I don't know that I like this. Perhaps we should let the really smart people from other countries vote then, right? If we are so tethered to their success and failure.
I think we have. I don't know. I don't know if it's enough that I would be willing to let other people, because I think the amount of impact the presidents and the Congress has on the daily lives of citizens is more.
I agree.
It's like an 85-15 to like what it impacts us versus what we do have an impact on the world, but only because they've allowed us to have that kind of impact. I mean, if they wanted, they could at any point in time they could say we're going to. I mean, they're trying, right? They're trying to do more business deals with China and get their oil from Russia, and I mean, so I don't know. Like, I think we have an impact,
there's been some
but
weird
I don't.
Stuff with China, India, and Russia lately. I have seen a bit about that. So you're right. It seems like they are trying to dig out or move elsewhere. Yeah.
Untether. It's mostly those three, but yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting element, but I just think it's too direct. Like, the impact on people's lives is too direct for another country to. At some point in time, it's up to them to protect themselves. I think that's how people have to understand global politics. It's up to everybody to protect themselves, and if they're not doing it, then that's on them. But when it comes to you, it's on you to protect yourself, which means putting the people in power or positions where they can make laws. Because I kind of hate that we think of politicians as leaders. They're actually supposed to just be representatives. They're not supposed to be leading anything. They're just supposed to be doing what we tell them, basically.
I remember from teaching, there were 3 general thought patterns that arise when people vote, right? And there's the representative model, which is exactly what you've just said, right? Which
what it's
I
supposed to
believe
be,
right? Like,
yeah.
If I am representing a very, very anti-gun society and I am pro-gun, I do think it's my responsibility when I get there to be anti-gun, right? Like,
right. If everybody voted for you to be
what
that,
they
yes.
want, right? But then there's the trustee model, where we say we are stupid. We do not know what is good for us. We are electing someone who we trust to do this because we can't stay informed because we have all these things to do, and so on and so forth. And that's another view that some people have.
And that's probably partially there
model.
Too. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And there's the political model, where we accept that you have to play the game of politics when you're in the system, and so you're going to do some things we don't like, but we believe that you're going to get what we want in the long run.
Yeah, right? or at least more. Yeah, you lose 40 and you gain 60.
Exactly right. Right. But I always thought the representative model was clearly the one that we should all adopt, right? Like I think that it would be a much better society if we all had that view, but the other two exist.
Yeah, I almost think of it as like it almost feels like it's all 3, because you're picking someone. Basically, they're supposed to tell you, this is what I want, this is what I believe,
right?
And you vote for someone because you see them. Their beliefs more or less reflect mine. Now, I do think then the political model comes in, because you have to accept that you're never going to have anybody who fully only represents 100% of what you like, but not what anybody else likes, right? So you do kind of have to. There has to be some sort of give and take, a compromise, and then. But I kind of think that there's a lot of dumb people, and I almost agree with like. Maybe we should elect people who are intelligent, like not for everybody, but for some people. That should be kind of their mentality. Like there are some people that, like, I agree. You are too stupid. You don't take the time to look up anything or know anything. You're too involved. You know, you are too ignorant. So you should just say, yes, you're the person I trust to make decisions for me. Go do work so I don't have to.
If I could discern who gets the representative model and who gets the trustee model, I would agree with you, right?
Yeah,
But,
no, I agree.
I get to be you in this situation and throw back who makes the decision, right?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Therein lies.
Huh. That was interesting. So yeah, like one little quote by Dr. Peterson. We go on but it's because it's an interesting point. It's an interesting thought.
Yeah, we knew a little bit about it, about to discuss about it.
Let's see. I think that was it for Facebook stuff. Oh, this is the one I was cackling about.
Uh-oh. I don't like it already. I don't like any of these.
I'm just gonna.
they're all fucked, man.
This is supposedly like modern music, so we're gonna experience it real quick. Let's see if. Hold on.
What the fuck, funny? We rap that niggas like mommy. Cruise off in the X5, we crashing just like test dummy. I'm a grown lady, Uncle Sam my best buddy.
That right there, we call that the fentanyl freestyle there. That's what I don't think I've ever... you know what? At least she sounds exactly how she looks. It matches beautifully there. That was horrendous. I don't know if anybody is... whatever.
Hey, I don't like to murder, I just want money. Tell me what the fuck, funny? We rap that niggas like mommy. Cruise off in the X5, we crashing just like test dummy. I'm a grown...
Oh, okay, that's enough.
Thank you. This is more than enough of that.
Oh man, that is what the kids are listening to these days. That's
and people think it's not a problem. Like people think, oh yeah, no issue. We'll listen to like wet ass pussy on repeat.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead, wet ass pussy.
That couldn't have any kind of implications or impact. Yeah.
Over and over. This isn't going to be a problem. This isn't going to be an issue at all.
Yeah. I mean, every generation has their own spin on things.
We
it
all
has to be
rebelled. I remember with the hippies and the movie. Yeah.
I like the.
This is different.
If fentanyl was a person.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to, again, kind of torture a little bit.
Thank you for that flashbang. If my ears just took.
My favorite is while she's rapping, she quickly adjusts her bra. I don't know if you got that. She's like, blah, blah, blah.
That's another part of the problem, right? Like, why is it that every like male singer needs to take their shirt off mid-concert, and why is it that every female singer needs to wear like a thong and a bra?
Yeah,
right. Like, it's music. It's fucking music.
Yeah, I mean, because people will. It's music, but people will. Sex will always sell. I mean, that's fine, always adds. But yeah,
I say we get what we pay for.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
like it will cause problems.
No, I agree.
So,
I agree. I mean, honestly, she's not
up for the problem.
Compared to most modern pop artists. She's not that horribly undressed. I just think it was funny because it was. Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I mean, she's just wearing a low-cut T-shirt, but that's not completely horrible.
I still think I don't know.
I thought it was funny that like they didn't pause the shooting or anything so she could kind of like. Because it wasn't like things were spilling out. It was uncomfortable, so she decided to like adjust mid rap, mid lyric.
And what is that song? I don't want to murder. I just want money. Right?
Listen, she's deep in the life, man. So let's see if I got anything on Xbox.
Give me abandoned ship.
Oh, now we got more brilliant stuff for you. Fandy is live on Twitch right now delivering her baby. I leave you with contemplation. Apparently a very dirty T-shirt.
I guess it's if you want to do that, but like...
That's so like I just think that's like, so crazy that's where streaming has gotten. Like that's how desperate. That's what you have to do to keep viewers and to be. Yes, you have to deliver your baby live on stream. It can't be a private, personal experience. You have to have the world watch. And I don't know. It's just that's a weird. We are in a weird place in society.
Yeah.
It used to be like. Sometimes I used to think it was weird when people took videos of their children being born so they could see the moment, they could remember the moment that life was conceived. And I was like, I don't know. like outside of school, I don't see a reason for that. But I mean, I'm sure. Go ahead.
No, it's it's tough because I love having like some photos to look back on and think what a beautiful moment this was, and I really enjoyed this and that and the other thing.
You can do that with a baby laying on your chest. You don't need to have the zoom in on the.
There's something about memory that is in my mind different, right? And it's like to have memories that don't have pictures, I think is also special.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I would put having a baby in the category of like, you don't need to hear me scream. You don't need to see the guy passed out on the floor over there. You don't need to, I think I agree. Afterwards, here's the baby, I'm holding it. Isn't life wonderful now? Right?
Yeah.
Like that's
enough to trigger your memories. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to do let's show the generational gap between.
All right, yeah, let's do it. So, do we give our ages here? Is that required?
Let's do where we talk about how many points we score first.
Okay.
Then we can reveal ages. And I did this, and I don't remember how many I got, so I'll have to do it.
All right, I got a pen and paper. Let me write it down.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just going to read them off so people at home can also play along. So 1, used a rotary phone. 2, used a floppy disk. 3, used a typewriter. 4, have taken photos with a film camera. 5, listened to music on a CD. 6 is listen to music on a cassette tape. 7 is listen to music on a vinyl record. I mean, some of this doesn't necessarily have to be your age, because some people. But anyway, we're just.
I knew a girl who was into records. Yeah, right.
8 listened to music on a Walkman, like the actual Walkman.
Mm-hmm.
Listened to music on a boombox outside. Watched a video from a VHS tape. Okay, so I've already used all my fingers. 11, sent or received a fax. Recorded music from radio to cassettes is 12. I'm just going down instead of saying the number. Rented a video from Blockbuster. Accessed the internet by dial-up. Used a phone book. Has sent a postcard. Used a paper map to get somewhere. Owned a physical dictionary. I know that's what they were going for. Owned a dictionary. Owned an encyclopedia. And paid with a paper check or checks.
All right. So, my point tally. There are 2 that are questionable, okay? Because 1, listen to music on a boombox outside. I've never done it outside. But when I was younger, every night a boombox played a thing in my room for me to fall asleep.
If you owned a boombox, I think that's what they were going for, is that you kind of like.
Okay, so then I'm going to remove 1 point that I had given myself, and then second questionable one, paid with a paper check, right? I've only done it because to pay rent at one of my apartments, they mandated I needed like a money order, right? Does that count as a paper?
I don't think a money order. No, that's not a money order. A money order is different than a paper check, I think.
Okay, then I'm keeping that one on. My point total is 10. I have 10 out of 20. So half of these, I've done half of these.
I got 0. I've done every single one of the things on this list.
Get shit on.
Yeah. It was like, I started doing my fingers as I was going, and then at a certain point I was like, I hit 10, I was like, why am I doing fingers? Like I just hit.
Count
like,
the ones
I just
opposite,
count
right?
the ones that don't. Yeah. But
I'm 28, by the way.
Yeah, I am 43 and a half, I guess, at this stage. But yes, so there's a 15-year gap there.
Yeah.
But it is interesting because, like, of course, some of these things were like I did it as a child, like 9, 10, like it was actually maybe the generation before me that it was really popular, but you still kind of engaged.
A lot of these were like that for me too, right? Like dial-up. I had dial-up until I was like 8. But I was like at the school I went to, I was the last person at that school to have dial-up. Everyone else had moved on from dial-up well before I did.
Yeah.
My family just lingered with it for some reason. So I think I'm a bit abnormal that I'd used dial-up for quite a while.
Yeah, that's interesting. No, because I mean, I remember when dial-up was the shit, man. You had any internet. I mean, you had your 15 AOL discs that you would plug in, and people could figure out how to like keep getting them in the mail, and they just keep doing new emails so they could keep getting the internet for free for a month. But I mean, gosh, it's funny. I remember the internet when, I mean, you'll hear people talk about this, but like a single picture on the screen, and you just see it slowly load in,
pixelate up. Yes.
It was just, you're like, wow. And that was crazy. That was interesting. That was the internet. I mean, you would sit on the computer for hours because it was like, oh wow, I'm getting information on this. And now, if my program doesn't pop up in milliseconds, I'm like, man,
something's
about time to upgrade. It's about time to upgrade, bro. I'm paying for that 1 gig up and down internet. What are you doing here? But yeah, I was trying to think of some. So I did you ever use a Walkman?
No, but I know what it is from like a song that I've heard before, right? But I've never used one. I've never even seen one.
That's why I asked.
In person.
I assumed it was because I was a teenager and they were still cool. Like people would still use them. They were still hot when I was a teenager in the like mid to late 90s. You could still get a Walkman. It started to shift over to portable CD players when I was I think maybe when I started to hit high school, because I remember that was a big thing. And I remember it started, there was only like a 1 second, what they called skip protection. And that's because if you would walk and there was any kind of vibration, the music would skip. They didn't have the technology to fix that. And so it was like, 1 second skip protection. Whoa. And then it became like 3 second, 15 second. Eventually it just became like, of course you can do whatever and it's not going to skip. Right. But it was just fascinating, because I thought that would be one thing that I generally remember using and be like, oh, this is cool stuff. Like, before a football game or something, you would put your head Walkman and you know. I'm trying to think. Okay, so what are the ones that you didn't do?
I've never used a rotary phone.
Really?
I've never used a typewriter. My neighbor growing up had a rotary phone, but I never touched it. I never knew what the fuck it was, right? Let me see here. I never listened to a cassette tape. I never listened to a vinyl record. I never listened to music on a Walkman. And then the boombox we got rid of.
Yeah.
I never sent or received a fax.
Really? You never sent a fax? They still sometimes, like certain businesses will still require you to send a fax.
Yeah, but no, I've never done it. Recorded music from radio to cassette. I've never done that.
Oh, dude, I wish we had Ken's. I'm telling you, that's my generation's shit, bro. Like we made our
grandfather
mixtapes, bro.
My grandfather did burn CDs. I remember, like when I was really young, he was like, "I'm gonna burn CDs."
Oh, that was after this.
I know. That's what I mean, right? Like that was where I was in it.
Oh man, because maybe middle school. That was middle school, maybe early high school. Because I mean, I can remember the room I was in when I did this stuff, and it's actually upstairs.
I think the last I've never used a phone book, and I've never sent a postcard.
That's interesting.
And then we clarified I never paid with a paper check.
Yeah,
but I've done the other things.
I still pay my dad with a paper check for rent on a regular basis. Or not rent, utility. Like we both pay more, but it's so I pay, the utilities are under his name, so I pay him the portion, and then I do the other side of things.
Yeah.
Since we both share the house, so that's how we split it up. It's just
Yeah.
But so I still write it out and hand him a check, and I mean that's how it's the easiest way for us to do it. Just boop, and he takes it to the bank, and
ain't no thing.
Yep. I mean, I would still. I don't know why I like paper checks. I like them. It's weird, but I like them. I don't know. I know they're slower. I know they take longer, but there's something about them that I enjoy. I don't know why I enjoy them. They're fun. And it's the same thing with the rotary phone. If you haven't, oh my gosh, feels so. It takes forever to dial a number in, but man, it feels. It's fantastic. Absolutely feels fantastic. So you should do it at least once in your life. It's the greatest thing ever to actually dial something in and just. Anybody who's ever done, they know that my audio sound effects spot on,
accurate.
It's as if you were there with me. All right, we got another kind of list. We're kind of doing these lists instead of the ranking list, but the average American has only been to 4 of these cities. I don't know why they picked these 4, but pick these cities. But I was like, sure, why not? You know what is any list?
Yeah.
So you can do yours.
there's
I think I
show
remember
more.
mine.
There's show
whoops.
more.
Show more. Yep. Sorry. I apologize. There you go. I'll click on it so people can really see it. There you go. So
I basically live.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Orlando.
I knew when I saw the first one. So I was like, so there's one. Go ahead. We'll just do this again. 1 is Orlando. 2 is Los Angeles. 3 is Chicago. 4 is Houston. 5 is Phoenix. 6 is Philadelphia. 7 is San Antonio. 8 is San Diego, which I should have went to, but I never did. 9 is Dallas. 10 is San Jose. Excuse me. 11 is Austin. 12 is Jacksonville. 13 is San Francisco. 14 is Columbus. I'm assuming Columbus, Ohio. I'm sure there's other, but I would assume that's the one they're talking about. 15 is Fort Worth. 16 is Indianapolis. 17 is Charlotte. 18 is Seattle. 19 is Denver. And 20 is Nashville. Let me see, make sure I did that right.
I can't help but notice he left out some big ones.
Yeah,
Probably
and that's what I was wondering.
Right?
Yeah.
There's no Atlanta. There's no New York. There's no Washington D.C. Right? Like.
Yeah, I think that's why they chose Columbus. I think they're trying to keep it from being like.
Right.
They tried to make a mixed list. Let's see. I know Los Angeles. I was trying to remember which ones I'd been to. So, yeah. Okay. Yes, I have been to 7 of those.
I've been to 2.
Which 2? Orlando and
Jacksonville.
Oh, 2. Yeah, I've actually been to both of those as well. So those were 2 were on my list.
But those are the only ones. There's I'm not the most well-traveled individual. The only other places of note that I've been are like D.C.
Oh yeah, that's not on there.
The other one, Atlanta, the areas around it. I've driven through most of Georgia, right? But so with this specific list, I've only been to 2, and they're the Florida ones.
Yeah, I remember we played a semi-pro football game in Atlanta once. That was interesting. It's a very interesting part of Atlanta that we went and played at. I'll leave it at that. Very interesting neighborhood. Good game though. Good game.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. So Orlando, I went to when I was a child. 12. Disney World. We hit St. Petersburg. We drove there, so we also hit Orlando and did stuff in Orlando. Los Angeles. I lived out there for a year, so I'm all over Los Angeles.
God, there's no Miami here either. Yeah.
Yeah, no Miami. Yeah. Never been to I've never been to Chicago or Houston, Phoenix, Philadelphia. Nope. I have been to San Antonio. I took a trip. I was dating a girl that I met online, and we went down, and I took a trip down there and stayed with her family for like 5-6 days. And they liked to eat. That's what I will. We ate a lot there, but that you could see that they liked to eat.
I was like, where are you going? There's a long pause. Like,
yeah, I was trying to think of how to word it. Everybody, I'm talking the friends, the people in their church, everybody love to eat. And it showed aggressively that they love to eat. Let me give you, this is a great story. And I remember, this will give you a hint of one of the people that was at their church. So we were going to go get food before they went to church, and not like Sunday church, but they were going to the church building to like get some things, and then I think they were going to do like a Bible study or something, and then we were going to go on and do something else. We went to a Mexican restaurant, right? But they were like, "You gotta try it. This is like good," because they were a Mexican family. They were a Hispanic family. When I showed up there, within 5 minutes, the grandma was like, "Oh, do you like a tequila?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, sure. You know, why not?" I'm talking like, a bowl of tequila. And she's like, "Mom, you're gonna get him drunk." It's like, or Grandma, that's what it was. Grandma, and I was like,
I think there's something to that, man. Like, because my gym buddy Jason that I hang out with, his wife is Russian, right? Like straight from Russia, Russian, right?
Yeah.
And he, when they were dating, went to meet the family back in Mother Russia, and he had the same. They filled it like a glass, right? Like big, right? And they were like, vodka, right? And the other people, they only filled a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Like shots, right? He got the full glass,
Yeah.
and his soon-to-be wife was pissed off. She's like, "What, are you trying to kill him?" Like the same thing. Like, what are you
"What
doing?
are you doing?" Yeah.
And he
I will
was
say,
like,
margarita was great. I should say it was a margarita. Yeah, it was. Oh, fantastic! But then, so anyway, going back to my story. We went to this restaurant, and I mean, it was so much food.
Did you drink the tequila, by the way?
Oh yeah,
Did you have
absolutely.
the tequila?
Yeah, no, I mean, I should say no. Wait, what? Somehow went from tequila. Then I think we decided to make it a margarita. So it was a margarita that was in the bowl.
Okay,
but it was. I mean, if you tasted it. I'm not sure of the mixture. You know what I'm saying? Yes. I'm not sure of the percentages, but it was pretty heavily weighed on the tequila side. But I mean, I don't know. I'm a pretty big guy, and at that time, even then, I was still like 225, fit, muscular, had plenty to absorb. So it didn't completely, I wasn't like, "Hi, guys." But anyway, that morning we went. It was, by the way, this is early in the morning that we went to the restaurant. I should say like 11 something on a Saturday, 11 a.m. And so we went, had lunch there, and I mean, I was so full. I thought I was going to die. I was like, "Oh, yeah, no, let's go do the Bible study." And we went to the Bible study. I remember this very clearly. We drove to the Bible study, or to the church, and we were sitting down there talking about it, and I was like, "Oh, man, if I'm going to have to use the bathroom, I don't know." And a guy walked in, who was there, who ate with us, and he ate like so many plates of food. So I was like, "Man, that's impressive. That's more than even I can eat, and that's impressive." Dude walked in with a full bag of Cheetos and a 2-liter of Dr. Pepper that he was drinking like it was a regular, and I think he had like a box of some other crackers. It was like 3 food items, and he's like, "Would you like some?" He was very polite, very kind. "Do you want some?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Nah, I can't." I was like, my brain was like, "How is this humanly possible that you are shoving anything?" Like, I'm in pain now. Like, I can't. And so, I mean, if you can imagine what people like that look, I mean, it was just a bunch of basketballs walking around, like it was just, I'm fat now. I am severely obese now, and I looked fit compared to these people. I need you to understand this. But anyway, but it was a pleasant time. I went and saw the Alamo, and, we did the river walk, right? They took me to they hit me all the highlights. We went bowling. Uncle Tio, or Tio Marco, Tio this, because Tio I think means uncle. And so anybody who's related, you kind of, this is an adult, it's Tio something. But had a great time. Had a fantastic time. Decided I probably didn't, I don't know, she might have actually worked out, but I just, at that time, I was like, I don't know if I want to, I don't know, That's San Antonio. I don't know if she's hot enough for me to have to keep making that flight, basically, is really where it came down to.
You heard it here. All the women in San Antonio, there's some big women down there.
There's some hotties down there. No, here's the problem. That is the other problem. Is there were also the hot Latinas that were hanging out in all the Latina spots. So there's no in between for Latinas, right? They are either like they waddle to and fro, or they are like, "I wish to be behind you and watch the entire day." Like, those are your 2 options, like just gorgeous beyond compare, or like maybe we both should take a walk. I need exercise, you need exercise. That's what we can do for a date. We go walking. So yeah, but I did have a great time in San Antonio. It was fun. It was fantastic. I'm trying to think where else Jacksonville. I went when I was writing a magazine article about a band it was a band that I'd covered for a school newspaper, the ETSU University newspaper. It went really well. They loved it. It got loads of views, loads of people read it, got good feedback. So I was kind of like, I should do a follow-up because they were starting to do a tour over the entire Southeast. And one of the places they went to Jacksonville. The thing I remember about Jacksonville, this is fantastic. Again, so many good stories. So we went and set up stuff, and then we went to the hotel room that we were staying in. And the hotel room had a balcony. And so, of course, I mean, I was like 23 at the time, and everybody else in the band was between like 17 and 22. I was still kind of in their age range. But anyway, they're out on the balcony like, yo, we're going to do a show. Y'all should come watch, whatever. You know, they're yelling at everybody.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes girls, but anybody that would listen. And there's this couple. And if you look back, you should have known. But they look like a little hippie couple. And they're like, oh, guys, yeah, we're right down at this club. You guys should come tonight. Watch the show. And they're like, oh, yeah, man, we will. And they did. They showed up, right? The hippie couple showed up and watched the show. And so we played our show. And actually, we accidentally ran into a band that they already knew. So there was another band. You know, they usually have 2 or 3 bands. One of the bands that were playing before us was a band we already knew. And so everything went off without a hitch until we went and we were getting ready to leave for the night, and they were supposed to get paid for playing the shows. And man, this guy came out and he was the lead singer, whatever, of the other team. He was pissed because we didn't tell him that it was the people we invited, but somebody at the show drank up like $300 worth of food on a tab that was the band's tab. And she said, oh yeah, no, we're with the band. The band invited us. We're on the tab. So they completely took up their entire fee by drinking. And it was the people we invited, but we didn't say shit. We got our money got out. I remember they actually asked me, because at that time I was like built, right? So they asked me to come in with them when they went in to go get their money.
Safety.
Yeah, they're like, we wanted to have some sort of a threatening presence just to be like, in case we need it for money. So we went and got the money, and man, we jetted those poor dudes. To this day, I still think like it was the people but see, we didn't have a tab because we weren't drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like part of it's like, maybe if you didn't, have a tab open under your own band's name, it would have never happened.
Fucking hippies, man.
But it's the hippies. They came and they knew what they were doing.
Quite an assumption to make there, right? Like, you're right. They knew, like, oh, we got invited by. Let's see. No,
they knew exactly. They were like, let's see if we can get infinite booze off of these people.
The worst they say is, oh no, you're not on that tab.
Yeah.
The best happens is we get free food and drinks and
for the whole night.
Pound them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. But so I remember that very clearly. We got out of Jacksonville. We didn't stay the night in Jacksonville. We went somewhere else before we got a hotel because we were like, I don't know how this is going to go, but we're getting ours and we're getting out. Let's see, Columbus, Ohio. So when I was, I think, from the age of about maybe 8 to 11, somewhere in there. My dad was a pastor of a church in Chillicothe, Ohio, which used to be the capital, but he worked for the City of Commerce, City of Commerce, I think, something like that. And maybe it's whatever of Commerce. What is it? The Office of Commerce, Chamber of Commerce. Thank you. And so anyway, he would take us on. They would pay for him to go on nice trips, and he would take. We'd get to stay at the Marriott, and at that time that was a real nice hotel. And so he would take us, and we went to Columbus. I remember we watched it's not Columbus, but we went to Cincinnati and watched the Reds play back when they won the World Series back in 1990. So I would have had to have been 8 at that time. So I remember going to that, and Chris Sabo, Eric Davis, Barry Lark. Like, it's crazy the shit I can't remember now, like fucking Olima Omega's name, but I can remember the names of the players at a game that I watched one time when I was a child at 8. That's how your brain works, children. Just know that's how your brain works. But anyway, I remember Ohio. Let's see, there was a guy. Okay, another interesting story. So in the neighborhood I lived in, there's a bunch of kids, and it was kind of like there was like a neighborhood here, and then you walked through some yards and kind of a little bit over, and then there's like a second neighborhood, right? But it was they're almost one neighborhood. They weren't connected by street, but they were more or less. I had a good friend named JB, and anyway, we started to play football and stuff. But when you're playing football with the neighborhood kids, it involves like everybody of different ages, right?
Yeah.
And I was pretty good for even my age, but there was like this 12 or 13-year-old kid named Vic. Vic. Asshole kid. But he would just like, he would tackle like full-fledged against like, everybody else is like 8 to 12 or 8 to 10, something like that, and he was just going full force. Well, I always wondered why he was an ass. I was just, God, what an asshole. And then one day I was bicycling around their neighborhood, right? And I was just going, and I went by their house because I knew where his house was. Dude, his dad was beating the shit out of him. I remember, and then it clicked. Yeah. But I remember him like, no, Dad, stop. He just heard like smack, smack, no, Dad. And I was like, that's why he's an asshole. I still didn't love being around him because he would still be an asshole, but I at least
hurt people, man.
Yeah. But I do remember that being like a very... found that like a memory that is still in my head. I can, because he had a younger brother too that was really, the younger brother was kind of chill. Probably because I'm guessing Vic probably protected the younger brother as much as he could. Yeah. And so I don't know. I remember calling, I guess I forgot to check the time, or I thought I saw it and it was the wrong time, but I called JB at like 7:30 a.m. on a Saturday. It's like, oh, let's go hang out. And he was like, I was like, hey, is JB there? And they're like, I heard the family pick up my, give me a second. I'm like, cool. I didn't pick up on like why the family was sounding like, everybody was sounding tired. I was like, why? And then he was like, yeah, maybe later when I wake up. And then after we hung up, because he's like, we can hang out later, whatever. Mm-hmm. I looked at the clock and I was like, oh, crap, it's 7:30. Because like my brain was like, why are they later? How much later can you get? And then I looked and I was like, oh. But that's, when you're a child, right? You get excited, you're going to hang out with your friend. Oh, yeah. You don't think to double check the clock before. So, I felt a little silly. Oh, and I remember his sister, man. As young as I was.
Everyone's got one. Yeah. Everyone's got maybe a couple.
She was close to my age. She's actually like, I think she was my age. So it wasn't like it was like,
absolutely.
But I would. I don't remember what she looks like at all. I just remember my emotions at the time was like, this is the one. She's the cutest, prettiest girl in the world.
That's how it works, man. That's how it works. The male brain.
Yeah. It's amazing. Even when you're like 10 years old, that's how your brain works, man.
Born alcoholics. I'll continue.
Yeah. It's kind of right. Let's see. Charlotte. We've just been, that's only like a 3-hour drive from where we are. So, a lot of people go to Charlotte. I think we went there one time as a family. I remember, this is when I was an adult, but I went with my family because my dad went to Bible college with a guy that was a pastor of a decent sized church there. And we were in Charlotte for something else, but we were like, hey, we should drop by this guy's church since it's Sunday. We're here. They were good friends. They would hang out with each other. He knew me. He knew, little David, all that, So, and he's a black guy. So we went to their church, and boy, it was very much a black church. It was like entirely. We were the only white people there, and I think some other people, like, because my family grew up. Oh, we're all in Jesus. No race. No, gender. All that good stuff, right? I don't know that the entire church shared my family's views on that, because you could tell they weren't like get out, but they were also like, this is a little weird. Of course, it doesn't help that my mom is one of these people that, like, especially when it comes to Jesus, when it feels awkward, she digs in deeper and becomes more expressive. And for the record, this was a black church. They were doing the whole like very expressive anyway. And my mom was like, challenge accepted. And man, I just remember like, how about we just let's just sit here and get out of here before. Anyway, we tried to talk to him afterwards, but he was doing some sort of weird, like, he's in prayer. Something happened to his daughter and he can't be scene, or I don't know what happened, but it was a weird thing because they always thought of him as being like a really good friend, and it was kind of a weird moment where they're like, I don't know if that's the case anymore, you know. So I kind of remember that being an awkward moment that Charlotte was like, maybe we don't do that again. And then Nashville, I've been in Nashville for whatever reason, but
of course, you live near there.
Yeah. I mean, actually, I'm closer to Charlotte than I am Nashville, honestly, but give me 1 second. 1 second.